Hello, and welcome to Be Your Own Guru. So, what's the number one thing that gurus do in their spiritual practice? Meditate, right? Meditate, meditate, meditate. Now, that's hard for a lot of people to do these days. Let's face it, this world is stressing us out. There's so much going on, there's so much stimulation from the outside. It can be really difficult to meditate. And I know there are a lot of great meditation apps and guided meditations out there, but it is good to learn to quiet your own mind because years ago when gurus sat in the mountain peaks and meditated, they didn't have meditation apps. They did have a teacher to guide them, but they didn't have all of that. So it's really good for you to learn how to focus on your own breath and calm yourself into a state of relaxation and meditation. Because when you can meditate on your own without a lot of the outside help, you'll have a better opportunity of reaching what Abraham Maslow said, peak experiences or mystical experiences. But I do have a little hack that will help you out with that, and it is a natural hack. But let's first start with some of the basics of meditation. Meditation really starts with the breath. When you focus on your breath, that's how you can calm your body, mind, and spirit, really. Because we have this amazing physical body and it does all these things every day automatically. 24/7 our body runs. It knows how to digest food and it just knows how to do everything. But we have this one particular set of organs called the lungs, and they breathe for us whether we think about it or not. But they're the only set of organs that we can actually control. And that's how we can bring ourselves back into a relaxed state. So our nervous system has pretty much two states it's in, sympathetic or parasympathetic. Sympathetic nervous system is that fight or flight, back in the caveman days when we had to run from the saber-toothed tiger. And you can't avoid stress. It is a natural thing. The problem is in this world today, we don't know how to turn it off. So if you ran from the tiger when you got away, everything would calm down. You'd go back into a parasympathetic, which is rest and digest. So we need a little mix of both, okay? That's this world, the yin, the yang, the light, the dark. But we want to spend the bulk of our time in parasympathetic state. So we want to get there, and one way to get there is through the breath. So very simply, I'm going to take you just through some basic breathing because I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. There's so many different breathing techniques out there, from alternative nostril breathing, often called yoga coffee, the breath of fire, the 4-7-8, the box breath, the 5 count, etc., etc., etc. If you'd like to learn more about some basic breathing techniques to get you started on your path of meditation, there'll be a link below that will give you a free 4-week series on breathwork and meditation. So feel free to grab that to start. But just basically, when you start to focus on your breathing, you start to quiet down that monkey mind to get all those thoughts out of there. So just a very simple thing to do is just count, right? So count to 4, bring in the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then on the out breath, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the trick is to breathe from your belly, from your diaphragmatic breathing. The idea is that's that big muscle that pushes the air up into your lungs. You don't want shallow breathing just in the top part of your lungs because that's going to keep you in that sympathetic state, wound up state. You want to breathe deep, filling the lower part of the lungs first and then pushing that up. That is the basics of breathing and meditation. Now, you might hear a lot these days about, heart-based breathing. Well, I'm a heart math practitioner, and we always talk about breathing in through the heart, but that's really a visualization process. Physically, what's going on is we're still breathing, starting at the belly and bringing that breath up to the heart, up to our lungs, right, our upper lungs, and then expanding that out when we breathe out, bringing that love energy out. So that's really what's going on there. When you say breathe into the heart, it's more of a visualization. You're still breathing in diaphragmatically down here. So now, here's where my little hack comes in. Once you understand some basic breathing, and if you focus on counting, that's a great little mantra breathing, right? You're focusing counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're focusing on something, that kind of shuts out the thoughts. So mantra meditation, which I'm sure you heard of, is when you think about and repeat over and over again a specific mantra. So in TM meditation, transcendental meditation, you study under a guru, and he or she gives you a meditation, a mantra to use the rest of your life, and you're supposed to go to the grave with it, never tell anybody about it. But it's usually simply a 1, 2, maybe even a 3-word phrase that you repeat over and over again Generally, it's best to pick something that your mind doesn't recognize, so that's why doing it in Sanskrit in a different language is good, so you're not focusing on the thought. But something as simple as I am peace and love, or something like that is fine. But the Om has been traditionally used for thousands of years across all kinds of civilizations. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is in the creation story there, it says that Vishnu was awoken by the sound and vibration of the Om underneath him, right? Sound and vibration, that's what brought in the universe. So Vishnu and the Om. So if you think about the Om, we spell it here O-M or O-H-M, but it's actually pronounced A-U-M, So why is that important? Because the ah sound has been used for thousands of years across all kinds of traditions. So think about it. God, Buddha, Yahweh, Krishna, Vishnu, Allah, right? So So it's actually that's how you would do that. So now here's where my hack comes in. The Om tuner. So this is that classic sound of the Om. So it is a weighted tuning fork to the frequency of 136.1. So here's the weight. So when you tap it, right, I have kind of use the side of my hand. I am a sound therapist and I use tuning forks in my sound therapy. So this is how I do it. You can also use a tennis ball or a sounding puck, or some people use their knee or their hip. But you get these weights vibrating, and then they send down this vibration down through the stem and down through the tines and into the stem. But for the meditation part, we're just concerned about the sound. So when you tap it, you put it to your ear, you can hear that Now, a lot of people don't like to chant, right? They're not comfortable with their own voice, me included, and a lot of my clients and students. But this helps get you there much more easily because you're going to sound it and listen to it. You don't even have to say it. Just listen to it and breathe it in. So when you listen to it, so if we do the 4 count, I just close my eyes, because I used to close my eyes when I meditate and when I listen to the sounds. So you're going to listen to it, and if you do a 4 count, so listen to it to 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, while you're breathing in, right, filling up your lungs. Then cross over the top of your head to the opposite side as you exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the sound will start dissipating. The idea of crossing over, this is called the corpus callosum, over the top of your head, is there's vibration. You might actually feel that vibration with the sound. The idea is the left and right hemispheres of our brain are always in opposition of one another, kind of like Congress, right? So, but we want to get them to start thinking together and becoming one, melding together. So by bringing that tuning fork over the head as we breathe in, we start to create, using the vibration, that oneness. We start to bring together the left and right hemisphere. So there's actually this feeling of oneness. So when you have transcendental experiences, when you meditate, that's what people will say, and that's what you will feel. And I've felt it. It is amazing. It's just feeling one with everything. So by using this great little hack, this little tool, the Om Tuner, and bringing that over, you'll start to create that. You'll start to bring that into being within your mind. And the other thing that'll help you, if you've never chanted before, you haven't made that sound, just listening to this. You'll start chanting or humming that Om to the sound of this. It'll bring you in exact tune with it. Just try it, you'll see. Because if you think about it, it's a tuning fork, right? And tuning forks are used to tune instruments. Well, our body is a beautiful instrument, and it gets out of tune. So we're bringing it back into tune to that primordial sound of the Om, that grounding sound. So the other thing is, in traditional Chinese medicine, so our ear, right in our ear, every end point of our acupuncture points are represented. So by sounding it here at the ear and stimulating all those acupuncture points, you're actually bringing that vibration and that sound and the relaxation right into your meridian system, right through your whole body. So this is an amazing tool to help you. It's a great hack to help start you on your meditation path, especially if you can't calm the monkey mind and you're thinking about the grocery list or the kids or work. Just pull out that fork. I keep one on my desk. I keep one in my purse, and it'll just bring you into an instant state of calm. And from there, you can start meditating deeper and deeper. So I hope this tip helps you become your own guru. So your next question might be, where do I get this tuning fork? Well, this is an ohm tuner, and I sell this. It's at my website, lisaalexander.com. Mine come with a little crystal on the end, a quartz crystal. And in one of my other videos, I do go through how to tell the difference between a good tuning fork and a bad tuning fork, because you do have to be careful. There's a lot of tuning forks out there on the market, and you do get what you pay for. You want something that's American made and quality made. So please go find that other video, and or just go to lisaalexander.com and you can order your Sacred Ohm Tuner there. So I hope all that information helped you in meditating, help you reduce stress, reduce anxiety. And so please like and subscribe, and I'll continue to give you more tips to help you in your daily life. Namaste.